Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hansen. Thanks for joining me in this new year, 2011, from the Vergas State Bank I'm at today, and I'm here with Bradley Helmeke, CPA. Thanks, Brad, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Bradley comes over on Wednesdays and is at the Vergas State Bank, and his hours are from 9 to 4, and so we're so fortunate that to have that here in Vergas, so people can come right here to the Vergas State Bank and get their taxes done. And I know you take care of all the people with their property tax things and their tax questions throughout the year, and it's just such a nice thing to have here in Vergas, so that people don't have to travel out of town. And so you just need to come to the Vergas State Bank. You actually can use a separate entrance, which is right on Main Street there, and it goes right down into Bradley's office and works out wonderful. How's it working out for you, Brad?
Oh, it's been good. I've been doing it since 1985, so this is like my 26th year here in Vergas, and I love it. I live halfway between Vergas and Perm. My main office is in Perm, but I love coming here on Wednesdays. I used to come on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but now I just come all day on Wednesday and stuff, so it's great.
And that does seem to work out, and you've built up, you know, knowing some of the people in that. And then Bradley is also a board member at the Vergas State Bank here, and so that works out very nicely for us too at the bank to be able to have that trusted individual who has all that CPA knowledge.
Oh, well, it's not that special.
Yeah, but thank you, Brad, for being a part of the Vergas community by doing that. I know that your main office is in Perm, and so if you ever need to get a hold of Brad when he's not here on regular hours in Vergas on that Wednesday, you can call him over in Perm too. And so just give the bank a call if you want to find out where he's at. Brad, what's happening for 2011? Is there a new tax bill?
I thought I'd just start off by talking about 2011 because there was a lot of interest from people, especially in the capital gains area and stuff, about what the IRS was going to do with capital gains in 2011. Doesn't look like they're going to make any changes, at least for now. I'm thinking with the Congress being kind of at loggerheads, you know, they're split between who controls what, but they may have a hard time passing anything. But it doesn't look like they're going to make any major changes, at least for clients that I deal with. I deal with most of the low income, not, you know, the low to moderate income people and stuff, so I don't have a lot of the high income people, but it doesn't look like they're going to make any major changes and stuff. One thing that I did find out is it'll be nice for those people that are working for someone. They're going to get a 2% break on their paycheck. The Social Security deduction is going from 6.2 to 4.2%. So everybody that's working for an employer will get a 2% reduction of their tax, and doesn't affect the employer, but the employee is going to save 2%, so that's a pretty nice deal.
And it doesn't affect the employer as far as they have to be putting in anything more either. I mean, it's not an adverse effect to them either, so it's just a good thing for the employee.
Good for the employee. It's a wonder. Most of the people that I've talked to are questioning, you know, saying, well, you know, I'm 50, almost 52, and saying, well, I'm going to get close to retirement age. You know, is that going to affect me when I get close to retirement? And some are saying, you know, why are they doing this? Because everybody's saying the Social Security system's running out of money.
Well, that's just it. And then all of a sudden they're taking in less. And so do you have any insight on that?
I don't know. I think I maybe just a temporary one-year deal. I'm guessing just they call it part of the stimulus and stuff. So I'm sure that for 2011, it's a way for them to give back some tax dollars so that people will just start spending and spur the economy.
Get that going. Well, that's okay. Yeah, and so what do you tell people as far as getting prepared to bring their taxes in?
Well, you know, be organized. You know, you can't bring your taxes in within the old shoebox theory anymore. You have to be organized. You have to be, and most people get their W-2s, get their 1099s, get their statements from their investments. You know, people that have businesses, rentals, things like that, they're usually pretty organized about, you know, getting their totals and saying, you know, this is my rents, this is my expenses, you know, by category and stuff. So it's just a matter of being organized. It helps keep their fee down, you know, and it helps if they'd ever get audited, you know, that they're prepared for what goes on and stuff. But there's nothing free out there. The government wants taxpayers to make money because that's how they make money. And so, you know, if you're looking for a free deduction, you know, a special deduction, usually there isn't. But business expenses, you know, if they're there, you know, you need to take them and stuff. But when
do all of the forms need to be out for people?
W-2s and 1099s, employers are supposed to have them out to their people, banks and stuff, by the end of January. Those forms don't have to be filed with the government until the end of February, so the employers do have a little bit extra time. But most individuals are looking for those forms by the end of January, and so it's important that if you have employees, if you have contractors that you've hired where you've paid them over $600, you need to get their 1099s done and get them out. There's pretty huge penalties if the IRS would deem you being negligent, not doing 1099s. You can't hardly stress enough that if you're paying somebody and that person doesn't want to have the income and you don't want to give them a 1099, there's some huge penalties for you, the payer, if you don't give them a 1099. So it's very important for you to do that.
That is important, yes. What's new for 2010 taxes?
Most everything is really unchanged and stuff. A couple things I like to talk about: the mileage rates for businesses. It's 50 cents a mile with gas prices being up. They're probably going to raise them again, because if gas prices keep going in that $3.50 range, they're going to have to raise that that mileage rate. But 50 cents a mile for business, 16.5 for medical and moving, 14 cents a mile for charitable. Some of the other things that are out there is self-employed taxpayers will get to deduct their health insurance to help them save Social Security tax. In the past, it was always a tax deduction, but you had to pay 15.3%. So if somebody's paying $6,000 in health insurance that are self-employed, they'll save $900 in self-employment tax. Well, that kind of goes hand in hand with Social Security, though, too.
Right.
If you're not paying in, you may not get it in. You may not get it at the end either. So, but.
Well, Brad, what I'm hearing from you, and somebody could come in and visit with you easily about it too, is so often people are going out on the internet and just trying to do their taxes, and they're maybe getting by with that, but if you go to the schools, you go to the classes, you have the knowledge, and you are able to find people the best that you can.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really tried to pride myself on, the fact that doing income tax returns is kind of like doing it's not rocket scientist work. It's you get it on the forms and you can find a place for it, and you may not be missing little things, but I like to plan with my taxpayers to maybe they can save some money by lowering their mortgage on their home, their rate on their home, taking advantage of medical expenses where they can be involved with HSAs if their employer has a flex arrangement, explaining to them how that works and that they should be taking advantage of those things, because if I can get them in there and find $1,000 of a deduction, that pays for my fee. And so it may be just little things like that they can do, but doing some tax planning, it doesn't work for everybody, but there's certainly things out there that you can do that just visiting with somebody, you get if you're used to doing it one way, you never change and you never look for something different, and so
that's where you come in.
Yeah, there's nothing magical, but there certainly is stuff out there that they could be considering.
Well, I know my answer of whether to do it on internet or come to see a tax accountant, and I'm glad that we have you here in Vergas, Brad. So
thank you.
Thanks for being on the show today, giving us some tips, and thank you for coming to Vergas. And when you do, stop in and say hi to Brad Helmke.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good day in Vergas.